What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Tsunami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I am joined by the homie Goresh to talk about some stuff possibly coming up in Dokkan's future based on some very interesting pictures we have from a data miner. So, Goresh, thank you for being here, man. How you doing on this late, super late night? What is it even? Saturday? Friday? Saturday night?
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, yeah.
6:30 a.m. Normal hours for
normal hours for us in this day and age. So we wanted to talk about. Actually, let's be honest. We were going to record a Legends video, and then we tried to record. What is it? 4 or 5 takes, and we literally could not get out of the game lobby.
It wouldn't let us connect to each other.
So there's that for you. And now we decided after like 3 hours of just figuring it out. We decided to make this video to talk about something very interesting that's coming up. So, Goresh, I will let you kind of get the discussion underway with this whole data mining thing.
Yeah. So first of all, I thought you were going to be summoning while we were talking about this, but that's okay.
No, I'm not true. We've learned this.
Yeah. So a few things just to give a background about why we're even talking about this. Number one, this was data mined back when I think it was the Bojack. Oh, no. It was the version update. So the version update came out, and that's the one that introduced like the new layout for giant transformation characters, right?
Right.
And along with that, we had a bunch of interesting things. Like this is where the revival skills were data mined. This is where like the appearance change, whatever thing it's called, it was data mined. And then we had this where there was data mined information about upcoming cooperation missions. And we had previously seen this during the worldwide download celebration. We have cooperation missions and versus missions. I think those were actually called match missions, confrontation mission, as it's stated there. So us being able to data mine that and us seeing that is pretty indicative that at some point we're going to have probably a combined celebration again soon. Just going off of the fact that stuff was even data mined in the first place.
And the question... Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
I was just going to say, and then going off of that,
yeah,
the fact that was data mined now sort of lines up, I guess, chronologically with the fact that Jump Festa is also going to be, I guess, broadcasting a Dokkan and Legends panel on the 20th of this month, so literally a week away. So it just seems a little bit suspicious that they're dropping, these cooperation missions and stuff, at least it's in the data right now. And then a week later, we're having Jump Festa, which should be announcing something. Because I know Dragon Ball Fighters, is announcing their next fighter or their next character coming to the game in this announcement on the 20th. So that leads me to believe that both Dokkan and Legends and whatever those One Piece games are probably all going to announce something pretty significant for their games during Jump Festa.
And the reason why we're bringing this up. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I was just gonna finish by saying, so that's why we're even talking about this, because we're looking at this and thinking that it's possible we could end up seeing a combined celebration for JP and Global Dokkan at some point for New Year's / Christmas this year.
Right. So a lot of people have been saying, we had Hit and then we had Goku. Why is there no Global First this year? People have been still thinking, maybe they're holding out on one. There could still be one. So the fact that this is suddenly, relevant because of the data mining seems a little suspect. And because there's something pretty monumental dropping, because Jump Festa is like one of the biggest things of the year in Japan, right? Like for this type of stuff.
I mean, we could see some really significant things come out of Jump Festa, not even related to Dokkan. Like we could literally see the Dragon Ball Super anime announced to come back televised in Jump Festa. Like it's that big of a deal. Right?
Yeah. So Jump Festa is pretty huge. So the chance of it potentially coinciding and falling in place with everything that's happening in Dokkan is worth speculating. I'm not going to say it's likely. It's worth speculating because, as you guys know, on Global, things have been a little slow lately. And a lot of you have been hoping and praying that we get some sort of information over the next couple of days because... How many days do we have left? Like 2-3 days until the prelude campaign or the pre-celebration festivities are done. So after that, what's coming up next? Is it just going to be a rehash of the Tanabata that JP had? Or are we going to be getting some sort of a global first? Or, better yet, are we getting some sort of a simultaneous event where both Global and JP get something at the same time? which then leads back to all of this. Now, as JP players know, the possibility of the Gohan arriving shortly is pretty high, right? A lot of people are waiting for that. Every single day, it seems like the meme just gets further, like, it just evolves more and more. And then for Global, we're all just kind of counting down till the days that the next banner drops over. We're not really too excited about it. So something like this, jumping in between, does that seem likely, though, given how much time there is left in the year? Or does this seem like a bit of a stretch to you?
Well, okay, so first of all, I think the next thing that would happen on both versions is Global would get Jiren, because technically he's next if you want to go chronologically the same order that JP went in.
Right.
And then JP, I mean, technically we don't know for sure they're getting Gohan. It's not confirmed, but based off of the signs we're seeing, it's like 90% confirmed, quote unquote confirmed. So what I think's gonna happen is Global will get Jiren, JP will get Gohan probably at the same time or close to the same time, and then maybe they leave those banners up for a little bit and they let people summon, do whatever they want, and then for the big Christmas/New Year's sort of like debut thing this year, they'll do a combined celebration, because you have to remember, this December is the month where they release the most content. Like, I remember specifically back when Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks came out, he came out for like Thanksgiving, and then like 2 days later, the next Dokkan Fest came out. Like,
oh,
it was
for real?
Yeah, it was like a few days later or something. And they just like pound people. They pound us with content during like the end of November going into December through the New Year. I think another example of this was physical Gotenks, the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like battered with like 3 Dokkan Fests like in succession in that same time period as well. So
the fact that
I was just gonna say, even though we're about to get Jiren,
yeah,
and Jiren maybe will be up for like a week, and the banner is gonna be up for a while, it's still not out of the realm possibility that we just get another banner like a week after he comes out.
Yeah, so I was going to say, because that's all we're talking about. Dokkan is dead. Dokkan is dying. In fact, that was a potential video topic that we were thinking about. But the fact that we're basically halfway into the month now, it's still not outside the realm of possibility for them to just shoehorn in a bunch of stuff in a short amount of time, because this is the holiday season after all, and they know that. They've made a tradition out of it. So it is still very likely that this entire, I guess, month or time frame of potential Dokkan content can still be salvaged with a bunch of stuff thrown in all at once, right?
Yeah, and I think one of the big signs to look for, and it's still too early for this to happen because they want to at least give Jiren a chance, is Dokkan Now announcement. And I think, again, Jump Festa is on the 20th for Dokkan.
Yeah.
So I think if we were going to see a Dokkan Now announcement, it would probably be sometime around like the 17th or 18th. I think what they do before the hero stuff came to Global, was it like 3 or 4 days before? I think something
it was like
that.
2 days before.
Yeah, 2 days before. So like maybe again like the 17th or 18th. That's when we're most likely to see a Dokkan Now announcement, if they even want to do a Dokkan Now for this.
Well, this would this would be perfect, because wasn't that the first time that they did the Dokkan Now last year for the Blue Kaioken?
Yes, that was the debut of Dokkan Now.
Yeah, so it would seem appropriate to do something like that for something that has to do with a global phenomenon. Whether or not it's an exclusive, I feel like it would still be the perfect opportunity for them to do something like that. I don't think there would be any other opportunity to capitalize on that hype.
Yeah, I mean, look, like LR Jiren is fine. I've been known to be like a widespread hater of LR Jiren. I don't hate him. I just think he's a little bit cut and dry, I guess. But he's still LR, like an LR full power Jiren, which is like, the main antagonist of one of the arcs of Dragon Ball. So he's gonna sell pretty well, even though he's on a legendary summon banner, which we recommend people don't summon on. But I mean, he's very, very powerful. He's active skill, animation looks cool. His super attacks look cool. He's a cool unit. His leader skill is like one of the best leader skills in the game. So he's going to sell well, and they can capitalize off of that by just releasing an even more hype unit like directly after Jiren, right? Yeah. Like, what if they did something like, because Global got the Global and JP both got the updated LR STR Vegito Dokkan event for the I think it's like called like the Ultimate Pair or something. They need to have a counterpart to that be Gogeta, because the Gogeta event is not updated, right? Because it was only the Vegeta that released. What if they did a global and JP combined celebration where it was a dual Dokkan Fest of Janemba and Gogeta, and that Gogeta that they did would be the counterpart to the Vegeta that released for the worldwide celebration? It would kind of be fitting because, I mean, you just get a combined celebration for both of the sides of that event, right?
That would break everything. Can you really? Is that really even a possibility given how little time there is and how we've been basically kind of sitting in the dark with no idea of what's to come? Can they really turn around and give us something like that in such a short time span? That doesn't seem likely. It seems like, if anything, something a little less ridiculous seems maybe more probable. I was honestly thinking, what if they gave us like a Royal Blue Vegeta or something? Because like they've done Blue Kaioken. What's next?
Well, the only reason why I don't think that's the case is because I imagine he's going to be the counterpart to UI Goku for the 6th year.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that too, because that would be the LR, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's having a Gogeta and Janemba randomly during a Christmas after how many Gogetas and Vegetas we've had this year? Like, we've covered all the fusions, right? This same year.
Well, okay, the only fusion we haven't covered is Super Gogeta. If you don't want to count the EZA to the N1, right?
True, yeah.
Yeah, we've had literally every fusion. We've had Super Vegeta, we've had Vegeta Blue, we've had Gogeta Blue, we've had Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, we've had Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks transforming, we've had Kefla, literally every fusion we've had this year. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as well, don't forget him.
Yeah, Super Saiyan. When are we... I completely forgot about that. When is that set to drop on Global? Like January or February now?
Yeah, so first we need Frieza. And then I think, is he after Frieza?
Yeah, he was after Frieza.
Was he? Am I forgetting one other one? I don't remember. Because it's him. Maybe it might be Frieza, Gogeta, and Bojack. Turles is after Frieza.
Yeah. And then Gogeta, and then Bojack, and possibly Gohan. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, look, there is reason to speculate based on this stuff. It could very well be that this... I mean, is it possible that they... do things like this for long-term release schedules, halfway down the year next year? Is that something that they do? Or is this something like, if you see this now, that means that within an X number of months, it will come to fruition?
I mean, it's always possible that it's not anything, because like we're just speculating. Just don't take our word for law, right? Just keep that in mind. But to me, whenever you see things like this, especially in this game, it usually means that something is coming up related to this sooner rather than later. So
there you have it. We are not confirming anything. We are just speculating wildly, but there is reason to think that there could be something on the way, because Global Dokkan still has a chance. There is life in Dokkan, all right? Look, we are going through a little bit of a lull right now, and you could say Dokkan is dead, but I guarantee you, whether or not anything happens right now, the second that we get even a whiff of a confirmation of what's happening on the 6th year, like we see like some asset for the 6-year UI, everything will ramp up again. Everything will ramp up. It's just that right now there's really not much to hold on to. So hopefully this speculation video helps you guys hold over by thinking about, possibilities. If you want a Gogeta and a Janemba, well, you know what? Now you have reason to possibly suspect that maybe it could happen. If you want a Royal Blue, maybe it could happen. I don't know. But, we're going to speculate, because what else is there to do? So, Goresh, thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to help me out with this video. It means a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Always fun speculating. So.
Speculating is all we have now, folks. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan and speculate responsibly.